Places, everyone. We're on in 3, 2, 1. Places, everyone. We're on in 3, 2, 1. Extras, 30 seconds to curtain.
I'm going to tear you out of that can, Volek.
There's no games, Cerulean. Bitterness.
Extras, 30 seconds to curtain.
Tear you out of that can, Volek.
And kill the extras. Extras, 30 seconds to curtain.
Tear you out of that can, Volek.
If you need me.
Stop.
Kill the extras.
If you need me.
Get over there!
Wait.
Females should keep their mouths shut, Magella.
What have I done to you, psychopath? Pervert?
Get over there!
Return on investment.
Females should keep their mouths shut.
What have I done to you, psychopath? Pervert?
Of course.
This will tax you. Return on investment. This will tax you. This will tax you.
Genius.
God bless.
Of
Welcome,
many death
welcome,
scenes.
welcome, Alucard, Beeflaw, Obito Rules. You know it wouldn't be a Spinal stream unless we spent the first 15 minutes muted. God bless. Alright, well, God bless. Welcome, welcome. Oh, bibbity boy. I thought my sound check was a little weird. Oh, so damn! I did all this talking for nothing. Give you a quick recap on the things I said while I was muted. We are watching SG, which is largely considered the best team in the game right now, against Basid, who is a team comprised of some extremely talented individual players, but has not had a lot of tournament showings. So this is the established greats versus the young upstarts. But both teams have been scrimming all night long, and we are just stopping in towards the middle, maybe the end of it. I don't know how many more scrims we're going to see, but we're definitely going to see the conclusion of this one. I was talking about how level 1 is all about ward control.
Better.
Looks like Cuss is going to get a gank on the Cerulean. Oh, does so much damage. Basic Ghosty barely saves his life with his icebergs on Sakari. Funny story, Sakari just got nerfed not even hours ago. I witnessed the birth of her nerf, where Sakari went from having 5 icebergs level 1 to 2 icebergs. Let's see how she adjusts to the new Sakari and if she maxes W first, Q first, or Q first. Oh, nice flip by Dunlu, very brave. If Evan Iscus had turned around and auto-attacked after that flip, he would have got a kill there, but he also might have died for it, so. The important thing here is that they push out the Gladiator. If you're going to push out anybody, it's important to push out the Gladiator out of the lane, because he benefits the most from CSing. So Donlu on that Gladiator Cerulean, one of my favorites, getting pushed out of the bottom lane with the help of Cuss and a strong lane. He's dropping the... Okay, alright. Looks like SG came out on head on
was
that
returned
trade.
to the spirit local.
Meanwhile, bottom lane goes to a kill. Two people in the lane.
Justice
Oh,
was served
Feyruss
to
with
a
that
mortal
ballsy.
character.
Oh, he's gonna pay for that W. Unless he's got a blink, he's going to pay. Oh, his blink is on cooldown for 150 seconds. Oh, the Bala cannot be ignored. He cannot be stopped. He's gonna jump so hard. So brave,
A
Feyruss.
character was
Oh,
returned.
Cusp made it
to
out.
mortal
Oh!
The spirit actor turns the tables. A clean head of
Oh, well
kills.
played
A
by
spirit
everyone.
character was
Well
cruelly
played.
written out.
So what you guys notice right
Justice
there
was
is the
served
best
to a
ADCs
spirit
know how to
character.
balance going extremely offensive while still maintaining the survivability. And Feyruss was doing a great job there. He missed one or two key opportunities to continue auto-attacking while Volk was tanking the binding. But other than that, he did a really ballsy, what is his W called? Progress gate forward in order to secure a kill and set up that whole sequence of events. Just one or two adjustments on Feyruss play and he would have lived. He could have killed the dive people just a little bit sooner, and he would have lived. But it was still a good play by both teams. I think it ended up being 3 for 3. While we're in this while we're in this little lull, look at Basit going for an early parasite, abusing Sakari's slows to take out Cus.
To the spirit.
Evaniscus is in the middle of a lot of people with low health. He's about to fall over.
A spirit character
Ferris,
was
a tactician
cruelly
Ferris.
written out.
Ferris is more. Funny story. Ferris is an assassin that does like more DPS than should be allowed. Well, it's not that it should be allowed. It just does a ton of DPS.
The mortal
Because
cat
his auto attacks,
vanquished the
they are
fearsome
execute.
beast.
Every
A
auto attack is an
great
execute.
victory.
Return on
Deals
investment.
and he's actually maxing his auto attacks, choosing not to get any points in access memory, which is really neat. So his auto attacks on melee form deal an extra 40 damage plus 8% of the target's missing health. So after about 50%, he just starts swinging for like 200, 150 to 200, and these guys have about 1k health. So he'll chop you down in about 3 or 4 auto attacks from 50%. Did Assets DC? No, I hope not. He's back. Looks like he's back. I missed that one. So while we're in a little lull here, I just want to say hi to everybody. What's up, Vito, B-Flaw? They call me Patchy, Alucard, #1 in the channel. Smitten, my brother. Cat Sire, all my favorite streamers are in here. Just saying hello, Alucard, or the Tyler and all. Great player, I've seen you solo queue. Donlu going in big on Feyruss. Feyruss burning his progress gate, getting caught by Yagachu, but burning his blink. Donlu also burning his blink. They're gonna go on Evaniscus.
Justice was served to a spirit
Evaniscus just
character.
tanking a big burst from Sakari. So Ghosty is choosing to go the way of the nuker Sakari. So basically there's 3 different builds for Sakari right now. There is maxing Q, which is the way of slowing people forever. Maxing W, which is the way of making walls all over the place. And then maxing E, which is the way of the nuker. You do the most damage if you max E. And also Sakari is got an early purity and aggression. She's pretty far ahead for 8 minutes. So she's doing a ton of damage. What's up, Justin? Or Paper Crane? How you been, brother? Yeah, we'll talk about me and my adventures afterwards. After this game, maybe when we're in between games or if this game's over. But for now, let's just enjoy some beautiful casting on this beautiful spectator mode, which is amazing. And see what comes of it. Just always popping Evaniscus right into the binding. A little bit better place. Oh, nice! Nice Snapdragon turnaround by Evaniscus there. Getting Ghosty's blink. He's caught out a little bit. Let's see what he does. Is he caught or is he being
The vengeance of the spirit.
Plus,
A mortal
being
character.
locked in by Cerulean.
Promising performance from a mortal.
Beautiful, beautiful dive.
Shocking reversal.
Shivy
The mortal
finding
hero.
himself on the wrong side of the tree there. Oh, Tyrese has got it. Oh, nice spear eggs!
A spirit
Oh,
character
but he dies to
was
coins from
cruelly
Killa. Assets trying
written
to
out.
catch up on the return there. Evaniscus burning his ulti to survive the final protocol from Elated. Oh, Evaniscus getting real ballsy.
Justice
A
was
little too
returned.
ballsy,
Spirit
unfortunately. But it was a nice
The
effort.
mortal actor turns the tables.
Elated just
A clean pair of kills. A promising performance from a mortal.
said coming out
The
there.
three could not
This is
match
looking
the
dire
skill of the
for
mortal
the,
hero.
For the SG
Another
team.
sterling display of talent from this mortal player.
Talk to me, Jodel. Or send me a Twitch chat.
No escape.
So, so one thing you have to note about Dawngate is you have about the same amount of, and here's, Brad Ramey Pluto himself, the man, the legend, chilling on stream. There you are. It's going great. What's that? I don't know. Not dropping frame. We're doing good there. Not bad for wireless connection. My ping is fine too.
Excellent.
Looks like eat a jodel. We should talk later. I'm streaming right now. But I can help you.
A character
Alright,
was
looks like Tyrese trying to
returned
pick up a
to the
little-
spirit locus.
A little technical action on Chibi Shankins, but Chibi Shankins got bigger fish to fry. Evaniscus
Promising performance from a mortal player.
May. Oh, baby boy. So, like I was saying, we get about the same action as a 40-minute League of Legends game in about 25 minutes. So, ooh, nice catch on Chibi, but there wasn't anybody there to follow it up, unfortunately. That could have been something. So the first 10-15 minutes of a Dawngate game is extremely important. And they could these games are just shorter, so I don't know if I should come back, but let's see. Aston's dropping his ulti.
The mortal cast vanquished the fearsome beast.
Oh man.
A great
I thought for a second
victory.
Acid stole it with his Death Fog, but no dice.
This will tax you.
Let's see how Acid is doing in terms of items. Oh, see, he's only got a Might right now. He really needs to pick up his Destruction before he's going to do that massive Major Crater damage. I mean, normally I would go Strife, but only do that if I'm ahead. It's already 12 minutes. I just hold on to that Might and save it for a Decay later and go for that early Destruction. Chibi's just going to try and take this binding right here, right now.
A spirit binding crumbles under punishing.
There's nobody there to save him. Top lane. Chibi burning his blink and actually giving the final payment while in range of the binding, but Assets lives and so does Chibi. Nobody was there to back one second. Evaniscus going into Force of Nature mode, just punching people straight in the dome. Fayrus, not afraid to progress skate in ever. Oh, late ulti, but it landed. Will Ghosti die?
A character
Oh.
was returned to the mortal locus.
Not bad, Fayrus. Looking good, brother. Alright, Cuss burning his ulti, swooping in the middle, in between a rock and a Volek. Oh, everybody's so low. Fayrus wants to dive, you can feel it. They caught him at the binding. That binding's almost dead. Fayrus just has to stay alive here. Nice progress gate. Yagachu gets chopped down. Cuss does not feel fear, passion, emotion. He cannot be stopped unless killed. Tyrese burns his
The
ulti
vengeance of
beautifully
the spirit
for that little bit of
struck
slow
a mortal
return, and
character.
they just turn. They
Could
just
this
three
be the
kills.
breakout role for this
3 kills,
mortal
yeah.
player?
Safari and then the Salas. Oh, maybe we'll pick up a fourth here. Will they find Elated? Tyrese is looking. He knows Elated is somewhere. He just doesn't know where. Oh, Elated. He didn't believe. Oh, he's between Evaniscus. Oh, do they not see him? Oh my god. They're like, guys, team. Fayrus is here, though. He says, not on my watch. Elated burns his wither,
Shocking
but Fayrus
reversal.
is not playing games.
The
He could've
mortal
punched the
hero
spell. A
falls.
little bit of a mistake there. Fayrus could have easily converted that if he burned his spell, but he just went with the safe choice and just burned his blink. A very powerful cooldown. It's a 5-minute cooldown, so we know that he burned it at 1440. You can expect his next blink to be at 1940. What's up, Ted Wolfman? One trooper, how's everybody doing? End cells? It's nice to see y'all. We're streaming. For those of you just tuning in, we're streaming some scrims between Basid and SG. SG's behind, but it looks like they might be staging a comeback here. Nice catch on Ghosty. Sakari has no escapes, but Evaniscus doesn't have his. Oh, he does have his Force of Nature. Oh, this is about to get really bad. He's about to get tossed in his spine by Cerulean. Nice ulti by Feyraz. Evaniscus getting out with just the hair on his chinny chin chin. Notice how they all have extreme discipline. They just stand still so that the other people can block the shots from them. That's what you should do in solo queue. When you want somebody to block the shots, you cover your ass and close your eyes. Ass is getting initiated on by Cerulean, going down to Shiv and Jenkins. Tyrese in the middle of three people. Plus, largely ineffective due to Sakari.
Justice was served to a spirit character. The mortal actor
Oh, and another
turns the
blink by
table.
Ghosty. Feyraz wishes he didn't have his blink, but
Could this be a breakout role for this mortal player? A spirit character
breakout
was
role for this
cruelly
mortal player?
written out. A character was returned to the spirit.
so interesting little facts here.
The
Okay, we
spirits
know Sakari
all
went.
have fallen.
We know Sakari
Fui.
went the nuker build,
Fui,
but
I say.
the thing about Sakari is that her damage is extremely variable. Like in the middle, if there's creeps or if there's people that she doesn't want to hit
spirit
in the between the
binding
targets she's trying to hit
falls.
with her Qs, her
The
damage
mortal
goes down
cast
dramatically.
seized
But in
the
that
well.
fight,
How
she chose to
will their
focus the
rivals
tank, which was
respond?
Cuss, who was caught out alone by as it was, and just CC'd him and just blasted him for 1 million damage. So one thing she is good at is hitting the targets that are easy to hit, which is the tanks. And Ghosty with his interesting build.
Oh,
looks like to be
a
a tank
fierce
shredder.
sally by the
Good pick up on
mortal
Devotion.
cast
It's a really
claims a
good, extremely
well.
strong item. Is Confidence too loud? I don't need no understudies. Let's see here. Ghosty with his interesting build. Looks like to be
a
a tank
fierce
shredder.
sally by the
Good pick up on
mortal
Devotion.
cast
It's a really
claims a well.
Alright. Alright, I was doing some sound checks there. It's really hard for me to sound check myself. So, whatever you guys feel, just let me know and we will adjust like that until we get it just right. You know, I do not know how many more lines they had to add to make caster mode work, but I can actually ask the person that added them, who's Caleb, Necobus, if you've seen him online. He's a really great guy. And I want to find that out, Mr. Google.
No escape.
Or Alucard. Oh, Ghosty caught him between a rock and a hard place. Cuss just rending and tearing, saying,
Served
this
to
is
a
vengeance
mortal
for killing me in that
character.
last team fight. This could be the turnaround SG needs. They're looking, I bet they're posturing to take Parasite. Legend is a monster right now with the Vengeance Ambition build. He's an auto attack, full auto attack based on Ferris. Didn't even put any points in access memory. He says, I'm just a ranged ADC / melee hybrid with the giant moves on my ult. That position falling over, but a nice ulti by Tyrese. Unfortunately, they couldn't keep him down for very. They couldn't keep where they wanted for very long.
The
Evaniscus
vengeance
looking
of the
for the re-engage,
spirits
missing the
struck the
Snapdragon.
mortal
He's just gonna
character.
get chomped down by Evaniscus.
Character was returned to
Great
the
job,
spirit.
Tyrese over here. Tanking Yagachu.
Character was
so
returned to
close.
the mortal locus.
Lady wants blood, but is he gonna find it? Probably not. If he's smart, he's just gonna turn around because two of those shapers have extreme amounts of CC. Or he's gonna try something cheeky over this wall.
Trade.
Acid's just burning his Q. He's not flashing back. He is fully committed to this. Shivy is gonna hopefully pop in at the right time, and everybody's spells are still down. Calm has his W up in 1 second. Oh, this Sakari can be bad.
Shocking
Oh, the blink
The
clap by
mortal
Acid.
hero.
Blink blitz clap. He said, "There's no way you're gonna stop this." Elade's on the chase. He's on to Feyraz. He withers Feyraz. Feyraz dispels it. Tyrese is here for CC. Actually, they could have turned on that if they were just a little more ballsy. But these little creepies, being on the mortal side, actually helped Elade stay alive there. Prevented Tyrese from picking up converting an easy turnaround. Alright, let's just do that. That's a great idea, Paper Crane.
Stand by.
Oh. Maybe we'll just lower the announcer? Do you think it's all the game audio? Let's lower the announcer by 25% and the game by 15%. Let's see if that is any better. I do like the game sounds though.
Leave. I belong here.
how is? Let's see if this is any better. Thank you for your continued feedback. Hello, Drive Turkey. The job is going great. We'll talk about it more after this game. And we are keep giving me soundcheck feedback, and we will make this the most enjoyable experience you guys deserve. So we're sitting right now at 22 kills for Mortal, which is based, and 13 for SG, but it's not as dire as the score would tell you. SG has been making some picks to try to make a comeback here. Symbolic, okay. Let's see how we're doing for items. That reminds. I'll pop open this item screen because that's always interesting. I'll try and show you guys that item screen as much as I can. Whoops. SG is just trying to defend, but they can't be too turtly because then the basic will just take a free parasite. So let's see how they manage this. Ghosty walling off the area, but that was his 2 icebergs. He's got no more lettuce for this fight. But Cuss knows that Lady getting caught out, but a nice initiation was on that meniscus tank, so this is good. He's struggling to be relevant. Oh, Dawngate just getting deleted. What items is he running? We'll find that later. So, we traded 2 for 1 there, so SG's ahead now. Down 10 kills, winning the parasite. Could this be the comeback?
The fearsome beast.
Oh, good boy. Oh! Virus just taking down Sakari, 2v1. He says, I may be down kills, but I'm up on skills, baby. Ah. And Chivy going for a really interesting build there. Oh, Cuss getting a catch on Chivy! Woo! Let's see if Elated can convert this comeback kill. Bayrus is not going to let this happen anytime easy. Ooh, nice job, Elated. Nice job, Elated. So, Bayrus is going to try and bait out Elated, and which time Kama's going to throw eggs or something.
Shocking reversal! The mortal hero falls.
Bayrus living with 20 HP, no problem, he says. He says calculated. I heard him say it in my mind's eye. Acid's not going for this binding, which is an interesting choice. Tyrese saying, what are you doing? I'm here, I will do it. Throw my meteors.
Me. A mortal binding crumbles under punishing blow.
And a mortal binding crumbles under a punishing blow. Wow. This, if there's a comeback, this is it. Alright, so now we've got a lull in the action. Let's see what items people are running. Donlu looked really squishy in that last team fight because he's got an ambition and a pain. Very interesting choices. I love the influence on Cerulean. I love that item. People don't buy it enough, and it's super good on Cerulean. But the pain and the ambition make him more of a nuker than anything, which is really interesting for Cerulean. I guess he felt like he needed damage. Based Elated going to auto attack Ferris build, which is working out very nicely for his for that tactician. Sal's going ambition and rebirth. I wish he had gone. He probably could have skipped one if he got the other. They both do a lot of the same things, which is regen and are countered by pain. Sakari going devotion, so like a team fighter build, also a nuker build. So she's like a half team fighter, half nuker. Not a bad choice for Sakari. And Michaela doing great with the ambition, great with the pain, and then deviating it straight into the ruin. I really like ruin as an item, but if you're gonna go ruin, you have to devote yourself to a lot of haste. And pain isn't actually really cost effective. So maybe she's doing good with that. Maybe she's gonna pick up a judgment next and do a lot of damage. I think dominance is such a strong item, especially on Michaela, who has the biggest auto attacks in the game with her gold standard. On SG side, Fayrus going for the early justice for the movement speed. Donlu initiating on Fayrus, but Fayrus just getting out with a simple progress gate. That's one of the new changes we made to Cerulean, where his ulti can be blinked out of now. Used to be he would just do a heat-seeking Dunkarino on you, but no longer. Lady throwing out the warning shot with a level 1 access memory. It's more style than substance. Alright, turn up the mic, Let's see if this is way too much turning up. Alright, SG just muscling based out of this well. Tyree's doing a great job of zoning, which is one of Palm's greatest strengths. You lay eggs down like that and you put him in a bad position. Feyruss doing a progress straight forward. Evaniscus is catching Donlu. They know he's soft. They know he's weak. Evaniscus might be in a bad place here. Ooh, nice counter ulti by that. Oh, Tyrese. Nice ultimate. You know, I taught him everything he knows. So he did a great job. Doing a great job. So SG mounting the comeback here. They are up in Vim, I can tell you that, but they're down in kills. It's 19 to 24, and they're gonna siege this binding, collect their go past go and collect one gold. This is actually perfect now. I like that universal best. If anybody else feels that way about my sound settings, feel free to sound off. I love it. We're getting closer to the dream. Shivy getting caught by that duress. Burning his dispel. Elated trying to draw aggro away. Ghosty almost getting caught as Sakari. Donlu ulting and not connecting. Evaniscus is getting chopped out. Ooh, Elated just chopping with the best of them. But Cuss says no, you don't get to do any freebies on me. Barely survives.
Promising performance from a spirit player.
Oh, the blink forward by Tyrese, but he misses the E. Oh, oh, he's ulti before you E, Tyrese. Better luck next time, friend. Oh, and Shivy ulting forward. And this...
A clean pair of kills.
A clean pair of kills by Team Based. They said no comebacks here.
Promising performance
That was
from a mortal player.
beautiful. This is an intense game. So let's see what Basin does with his advantage. Oh, looks like Parasite is putting his head back on, and he's alive and ready to be farmed down. Let's see if Shivy understands the mechanics of Parasite and helps tank this Parasite right now. So if you don't know this, Parasite does a stacking debuff. You can see his 6 points there. And basically every auto attack in succession he hits on somebody does increasingly more damage. So it's really important if you're doing it to do that the other person helps you by taking a couple auto attacks for you. Yagachu's having to miss some auto attacks because, well,
the fearsome beast.
they did it.
A great.
They made a comeback. Now I would say the ball is back in Basin's court. The key teams are very close to even. Base having a small advantage, but real late game terrors right now is both teams both have good late game scaling ADCs, but Desecrator's a monster late game. So let's see if having a better scaling team will help SG pull it out here. Let's see what items we're working at. Oh, great point out by Alucard Vanguard. That was a level 2 Parasite. So that means no Striders. No Striders for basic. I did not realize that either they didn't give him a chance to evolve, or he reses at the stage that he's at, and you have to give him a chance to evolve. I'm not exactly sure, but that was an oversight by base that's gonna cut down their lead. Or maybe that's what they wanted. Who knows? So basic taking their advantage here and muscling the spirit team away from the well. Let's see how this fight develops. Just give you guys a chance to look at items. Tyrese running that duress corruption build. I love it. I love it. And Harmony. Oh, Harmony plus how much haste does he have? Harmony gets really good at 100 haste. He's got 150 haste. He's got 47% base cooldown reduction. You can look at Tyrese. He's going to be spamming spells, and with Calm, that is so fun. That is so fun. I like that build, Tyrese. Bravo.
Stop. Can't you see it?
This is a really close game, guys. This is a treat. This is a treat. You rarely see games go this way. Evaniscus starting with the Bramble Crush. Tyrese throwing the exit. Donlu initiating on Feyruss. Feyruss progressing back. Cuss and Evaniscus, are they caught on range? Evaniscus links back where Cuss is just trying to cleave, but he's woefully underpowered for that kind of strategy. Tyrese tanking bullets from Michaela's final payment. Tyrese destroying tons of eggs. Oh, Elated having to blink over the eggs. If he had stepped one step back, he would have got feared and would have died instantly. Basic, all of them living with just a sliver of HP, showing that they are here to prove their prowess. they're not just solo queue champions, they can team fight too. Acids and Tyrese struggling to defend this binding. Trying to make it as hard as possible for Basic to push it down without actually getting caught. And meanwhile, Elated picking up that well. That was a very interesting team fight. That's one we could probably watch a couple times and learn a few things.
Will their rivals respond?
Alright, Bramble Crush. They've got a lot of spam between these three Shapers to try and knock this Shaper. Oh! Dawngate ulting in on Acids. Acids blinking out and blitzing. Tyrese desperately trying to peel for Acids. Evaniscus caught on the binding. Stutter stepping left, right, and center. Oh, but there's just not enough throughput. Tyrese is going to drop the Fear Eggs. Oh, but they just were a little bit not far enough. And Shivy just threw coins right at his dome piece. Oh, but Feyrus is here. He's not afraid of progressing gate forward, but that would be unwise in that position. Elated, converting 2 more kills and a binding. That's huge. But let's see what SG can do with this temporary advantage they have. A very temporary advantage. They have an advantage for the next probably like 10-15 seconds. Ooh, Cuss might be caught out here. He's all alone. Not a good place for Volok to be. Let's see what you got, Customer.
Justice was served.
Shivy just rend and tearing straight into his dome. Alright, so we're in another lull. Let's see what items Base picks up. Dawngate picking up the Freedom, converting into Stability, which is super good against Duress. Converting the Freedom to Equilibrium. Also picking up a Certification. So Dawngate starting off as a power build first ruling, converting more into a tank assist build, which is smart. Elated picking up more tank items. They want to make sure they have Equilibrium and Subjugation. So because he has an Equi, we're going to see the Ferris using his range W, access memory, so that he can literally do suppressive fire, which will be slowing the attack speed of everybody he hits. Going real tanky auto attack build, which is really neat. Basic posturing around Parasite, they really want to take it. Here comes Feyrus. Feyrus is their DPS, and Deathfog is their DPS. Let's see how they play this. Oh, he's already dead. Oh no, Cerulean initiates on Feyrus. Feyrus gets out a nice Chaos Shell. Cuz says, I'm here, I'm ready. Tyrese tries to initiate, baits it out. Yagachi just falling over as he walks forward. Gets clapped in the face by Desecrator. Nice eggs by Tyrese, but Feyrus on the wrong side of that, scramble.
The mortal actor turns the tables. A clean pair of kills.
So we convert 3 for 1 and Base gets Parasite. That's 2 teamfight losses in a row, and I think that might be the end of the pendulum swinging, because this game has been back and forth. But I think Base can clinch a victory from here on. But let's see what Asses can do. So it's a very precarious position, because you want to use your spells as Desecrator to clear the wave, but if you use your spells to clear the wave, you're basically saying, alright, you can dive me now, I have nothing to do. And that's what Dawngate does, ulting in, and just Desecrator just gets deleted. Tyrese blinking onto the fire, hoping it'll save him. It does not. Dawngate tanking this while Shivy throws coins at the binding there. How's it going, Flaming Fury?
Something's going to
Suddenly, a spirit binding.
So for those of you just tuning in, we are watching scrims between Basid and SG. And it looks like this game has been very back and forth. One for the books, for sure. But Base has won 2 team fights in a row now. They've taken 3 extra bindings and a Parasite. If not 2 Parasites, 2 Parasites actually. But SG's, they're fighters. They're not going to give up. And they're going to play this game through. So let's see if they can, how they're going to try to squeeze out an advantage here. And while we're waiting around, I'm going to put on Smart Camera, and I'm going to open up the tab so you guys can look at the items everybody's buying. The item game in this video, the item builds in this game are extremely in-depth. Like, what you build, when you build it, it's actually a very intricate part of this game. I would say it's very, very deep. So I always find opening the tab and just leaving it open so you guys can take notes, do whatever, see what's going on is very interesting. So some I'm gonna highlight some interesting pickups. Acid's going with a Rage on Desecrator. Who is he trying to hurt with that? Who has a lot of magic? I guess Yagachu does? And so does Elated, actually. They do have a lot of magic resist on that team. So not a bad pickup on that Rage. Not bad at all. With the Rage, his ulti does health damage, and Rage will make sure it do damage no matter what. So it'll be good for shredding tanks, but the problem with tanks is they rarely stay in one place at a time. How's it going, Gasty? Look at these cool-ass little icons in the chat. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a Trump Crab. Gasty Senpai, teach me how to Hearthstone, please. Alright, lady, looking to getting some flashy effects there. Ooh, Shivy! Wow, just throwing a coin and a reset there, and took Tyrese to half. This is gonna force them off the binding here. The best thing that they can do is Evaniscus getting caught. Do you have a blink, Evaniscus? Yes, you do. Do you have a tree of life? Do you have a snap? Oh, Yagachu going in, ulting 5 people. Let's see Acids. Watch those death fogs. Watch for that death fog. Cuss is running around, and not a good effective third death fog. He could have held that for a little longer, but they did knock away Go Trade 1-for-1. So let's see if Basin stays and tries to. Shivy waltzing through the fear eggs, almost paying for his life. Pharaohs would have connected with 2 auto attacks. It would have been lights out for that girl. But let's see how they defend it. You're gonna see Tyrese just spamming his fear eggs. Just spamming his fear eggs. It's such a strong CC, and he has super low cooldowns between his 50% CDR and his Harmony pickup. Oh, Ghosty kind of caught in a bad position. The duress, Cerulean ultis in. It could be a bad deal though. Shivy is in the back throwing coins, but he doesn't have time. Pharaohs blinking forward. Will he catch him? They're gonna go for Cerulean. Tyrese is going for Shivy still. It's not working. They're gonna collapse on Tyrese. What's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen? Donglu doubling back. He's gonna pay for this with his life. Oh, do you have a blink, Pharaohs? No, but he got a blink out of Cerulean, which is worth his money in gold. Michaela getting out scot-free says, "I'll pay rent later, nerds." She isn't gonna be able to do much with her 1.2k Vim though. She's already item capped, just spamming elixirs at this point. She should spam them harder in my opinion, but maybe she has an idea. She wants to sell an item and buy something different later. I don't know. Maybe that's why she's stockpiling Vim there. Yagachu giving the haste buff over to Miss McKella. They're down 2 people. SG is ahead for about 15 to 20 seconds, and if they convert this parasite, this could be turnaround number 16, but Base doesn't seem to want to let him get it for free. Donglu's in a bad position right now, a really bad position, getting penalized by that duress. Evaniscus doing force nature, he's gonna punch Shivy. Shivy doesn't care, he's waltzing in and out, but Cuss says, chop chop, my dear. Oh, and Donglu somehow living. Oh, Acid's only doing so much damage, even with just 1 tick. Cuss says, there's no escape for you, Yagachu. And just 1-2 buckle my shoe.
Shocking
Wow.
reversal.
So they actually, that was huge that Shivy died in that fight. So they're down to 3 people, but luckily they have 2 decays, which means they're always going to do good DPS to this parasite. Evaniscus is trying to zone, but Elated is a monster. If he goes into melee form, he's really going to start hurting. It's 3v3 here. Oh, this could be bad for SG. Nice Sicario. Cuss bites the big one. Who got that parasite? Who got that parasite? Who got the parasite? Oh, SG dying 3 for 0. Who got that parasite though? The Spirit Team holding on by the hair of their chinny chin chin. If they would have lost that parasite, it would have been everything. I could have looked at the buffs. They still might lose. Actually, they're going to have Pharaohs and they're going to have their maximum DPS and their maximum CC up. So they will be able to defend this. Unless there's some slicky, tricky plays by Donglu and Elated, which is not out of the question. Pharaohs throwing one-hitter quitters with his little circular tube gun. Tyrese saying, come on, try and go on Pharaohs. All Tyrese has to do is peel for Pharaohs. Oh, really ballsy eggs right as Donglu jumps right over them. Pharaohs disengaging. Tyrese very tanky. Oh, Pharaohs took 1 step too many forward. Oh, does he pay the price? He's auto-attacking! He's moving! He's auto-attacking! Okay, Elated dies. Tyrese is fighting. He's using the Guardian to his advantage. He takes him down. He says, "This is my town. This is our town, scrub." And Guardian says, "Yeah,
The three
beat
do
it."
not match the skill of the spirit
Wow.
hero. A promising
So with the help of
performance from a
Guardian,
spirit
the
hero.
Striders, and Tyrese's awesome little haste build, Calm defends against 3 men. Who was banned this game, Gassy TV says? Those are some great questions to which I have answers to. We had Basid first banning Dibs, SG first banning Mina, Basid second banning Amaranth, and SG second banning Kensu. The first picks on both sides were Sakari and Cerulean for Based, and Varian and Desecrator for SG. And now let's open this tab, see how everybody's doing on the items. SG Taiga picking up the Rebirth. He says, "I'm tanky, you can't get rid of me, and you can't ignore me because I'm just going to CC you all to death." Acids, ooh, with the Wisdom pickup. He's ready to hurt people. How many powers Acid's running? 300 flat power. His ulti is hitting for 7% plus 5, 5, 6, 7, 12% of their health every second they stand in it. And that's with a rage behind it and a oppression. Ooh, that could easily 100-0 somebody if they stood in it for the full duration. Actually, you know what, Gassy? If I will write these all down in an Excel spreadsheet. I can start doing that for you, and then I will have data, precious data for you, because we all know Gasty, our systems engineer at Waystone Games, loves his data. So I can start collecting that for you, and I think it'll be win-win.
This told us when the children administrative recess required.
Let's see here. We're in a lull. Both teams are posturing. SG is a little bit behind, but they have the advantage of having Striders, so they get control of the map, but they lose the Vim they could get from farming the waves, which they could still use a little bit. Tyrese is actually full build with the Justice. Love it. He's going to be running at like 60% CDR when he casts a spell. Oh no! And I'm lagging a little bit. Excuse that interruption. We are running on a on a wireless connection, which has been thus far doing beautifully. SG is posturing. They've got all their wards all around the entrances to Parasite. They say, as soon as this para reses, we want to delete it. Cuz is doing a quick back to pick up a last item. Let's see if there's any more interesting pickups as far as items are concerned. Evaniscus very tanky. Fayrust very high damage, opting for the Rage over Judgment. And Miss McKella not actually, she vendored her defense pen item for a Justice, so she's gonna be better at shredding non-tanks, and she's gonna be faster and more mobile. That's an interesting pickup. So basically, Evaniscus' job is going to be to soak up Shivy's damage, and Shivy's job is going to be to ignore Evaniscus. Alright, they're posturing. Both teams are posturing. This is a huge choke point. Elated going forward at a bad time. Tyrese just literally he casts Endless Delights on every about 3 seconds. He's going to cast a Fear Eggs. Look at his cooldowns. It's a thing of beauty. He says, try and come through here. You can't. You literally cannot. You literally cannot unless you stop him. I am having a great time. Calm is my favorite shaper. He's our announcer for today's game, and he's having a great time.
Take a look.
Right, they're posturing around this Parasite. They don't want to start it, but they do. But they don't, but they do. Ghost, you looking to get a quick pickup with, might be able to lock somebody out with Iceberg Lettuce. Cuss, never good to initiate with Volley. Please don't do that. Ooh, that was so close. That would have been really bad if they had just gone uncussed right there. Tyrese and Evaniscus being the two tanky initiators for the team.
A mortal binding for
And the other three shapers being high DPS high DPS. Because Evaniscus maybe getting caught, maybe baiting. Pharos is afraid to auto attack. SG is split up a little bit. Oh, and I'm lagging. No, team. No, is this me? Alright, that's fine. We're good, we're good, we're good. So SG, while we're lagging here a little bit, SG pops the ulti. This is huge. They shouldn't go in right now. Donlu goes in anyways. Yagachu falls over. They're going to try and retreat. Cerulean says, no, I'm ulting and I'm getting Pharos. Pharos jumps back in. Sakari ultis. Donlu getting chunked. Asses living with just 10% HP. Evaniscus fighting for his life, but he's really tanky. Tyrese catching Elated, but trying to stick with Cuss because he just needs to enable Cuss's damage. Elated is doing a lot of damage with his ulti. Tyrese tanking for Cuss. Takes the final payment of Ghosty. Oh my god! SG showing that they are here and they are ready to fight. Evaniscus with a beautiful jungle gym catch onto Ghosty. Ghosty trying to surf away with his iceberg lettuce. Did Asses just got picked off by a stray coin from Shivy Shankins's Michaela. SG says, forget Parasite. Let's just end this video game. Cuss gets a curse of weakness on Shivy. Could this be enough? Oh! Shivy says, I'm dead, but I'm taking you with me, Cuss. Oh my god, they've got 3 people alive. Plenty of time on the clock. 24 seconds on the clock until one person is alive. 30 seconds until the second person is alive. And I think this is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Unless this Guardian pulls out the trickiest tricks in the book, this could be it. What a back and forth game. My goodness. Oh, and the surrender vote for Mortal Team is... Oh, and we're lagging a little bit. Yagachu, wait a second. Is he staging an upcoming here? An uprising? Yagachu actually repelling 3 people. I thought the game was over. What happened? What does Yagachu have? He doesn't even have full item build. I don't know what happened there. That was some serious... SG got a little bit of cold feet there. Said, no way we're throwing this. The ironic part about that is now that they're probably going to lose Parasite. And so now the advantage goes right back to Based. Experiencing a little bit of technical issues here. I wonder if it's because Pluto is on the internet, but it's probably not. Oh! Oh! So the pendulum swings for like the 16th time in this game. Or does it? Our hero, Calm, coming in, peeling people off the Parasite with his eggs. His cooldowns are back up. He's got Harmony and 270 haste. He's rocking 61% CDR in Harmony. That's wickedly strong. And a Duress. Nice ulti there. They're trying to take Parasite, but Parasite doesn't matter if they lose this team fight. The Spirit team is spawning Strider, so Cuss actually showing that you can't outsmite me. Oh, wow. Basin making a critical decision there to prioritize a Parasite that really doesn't matter if they're going to lose a team fight. They should have not even thought about attacking that Parasite. And on top of that, Cuss coming in with the steal to seal the deal. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is all she wrote. There are no comebacks anymore. Mortal Team annihilated. Good game. Well played. That was a intense game between SG and Based. And so what you guys are seeing right here is 2 of the best teams in the Dawngate just having fun, trying new things, scrimming, and they are heated competition. That was so close. That was just this close. And you guys didn't see the game before this, but Based had actually won, and that had put SG on tilt. They were like, oh no, we don't know what we're going to do, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? They brought it together. They were able to quell the dissension amongst the ranks and come together and not destroy, but beat Based. And they were behind at a lot of points in that game. Let's look at some Vim totals here. Yagachu actually kind of low. Well, I mean, it's really hard to tell these Vim totals. Let's see how the ADCs match up. Actually, Shivy out Vimming Pharos, but interesting pickup on that Justice when he swapped out the Judgment. I don't know if I would have done that. I might have even gone Rage, like Fayrus did. But Shivy, I mean, Ruin is what? Ruin is a tank killer item. So if you're going to have Ruin, you're going to be a tank killer. If you're going to be a tank killer, you might as well fully commit to that and have a Rage too, or a Judgment. And the difference, Fayrus going for the Rage and Justice, I say. Rage and Justice, he's not a tank killer build, but he is because he has Rage. What item is Shivy missing? He's missing the Rage. So basically the difference is Rage versus Ruin. Which one does more damage to tanks? I would venture to say Rage will do more damage to tanks. And Ruin's damage increase will be negligible versus targets without a lot of HP. So actually maybe this was a Calm killer, because this would actually kill Calm pretty nicely, who has a lot of HP. And a lot of interesting things going on in that game. Basid Elated had an excellent early game with the Ferris build, choosing to max Q over and just not getting any points in W and getting 2 points in E. Really interesting, wrecked the early game. And I like his auto attack / tanky build. I used to do this once upon a time before people knew my name.